Greetings, friend. In this tutorial, I'll teach you everything you need to know about Sudoku skyscrapers. I'll show you how to spot the two types of skyscrapers and make the most candidate eliminations possible with them. Click below if you want to give the puzzle and video links. And with that, it's solving time. Our first example comes from Amberdot, and you have to find the skyscraper in this puzzle if you want to solve it. So a skyscraper is considered a type of turbot fish, basically a single candidate strategy involving 4 cells. Skyscrapers are an advanced strategy, so you only want to look for one after you've exhausted easier strategies, which is the point where we are in this puzzle. I cover the 7 most common strategies you can use to get to this point in my Sudoku solving guide. You can download it for free from the pinned comment. And while you're at it, like and subscribe to Smart Hobbies if you want to learn how to solve hard Sudoku faster. So let's look at all the possibilities for each candidate. We're going to do some coloring. This is how you find skyscrapers because it's a single candidate strategy. So click on the ones. You'll notice we have all the ones filled out, so we don't have to click on anything there. The 2s, same thing. The 3s, all the 3s are done in the puzzle. I'm just double clicking here in SudokuPad to make these all light up. The 4s are all filled out, but let's get to the 5s. Okay, there's only 2 5s in this puzzle. So what I'm going to do is go to color mode, and I'm going to select everywhere a 5 can be, and then I'll highlight it in blue. So 5s can be there. These are all the possibilities for a 5 in this puzzle, because these 2 5s can't be in those 2 cells. It could be right there. And now we'll highlight that in blue. And when you're doing this, what you want to look for are called conjugate pairs. That's where the digit is restricted to only 2 places in a row, column, or block. And so you'll notice that a conjugate pair can be in the block, these 2 cells. It can be in the row across here. So either this is a 5, if not, then that's a 5. That's all the conjugate pair means. You have another one right here. That's good to see. You have one here. You have this one here in the column. See, there's only 2 of them, so I'm just pointing out the 2. And these conjugate pairs, they form the backbone for this type of solving. What I want you to focus on is actually these 2 rows right here. You'll notice in row 3 and in row 8 that there's only 2 possibilities for a 5. The 5 possible, there is a shared column, column 1, right? The other possibility is in the same 3 block band. This is called a tower or a chute, but in different columns. So this could be here and over there, depending on which row you're in. And these are shared here. So I'm going to color that to kind of help you see this. You notice that if you look sideways, this has got a certain length of 7 cells, and this has a length of 9 cells. Well, that is the basis of our skyscraper. You got to see these as little buildings that reach across the number of cells, and they're going to be uneven. They have to be uneven for the skyscraper to work. And so what you can tell by seeing a pattern like this is that either a 5 is right there. If it's not there, this cell would have to be a 5, which means this couldn't be a 5, and you put a 5 in this pink cell. So either a 5 has got to be one of these conjugate pairs. It's either right here. If it's not there, you'll see that a 5 has to be in the other pink cell. So this is the basis of our skyscraper. So the definition is a skyscraper is when there's only 2 rows that contain 2 of the same digit. 2 of those candidates are in the same column, but the other 2 are in different columns in the same 3 block band, like I just showed you. That's where the skyscraper gets its name, because it has the same base for these buildings of different heights. And this is a sideways skyscraper. 2 key points here. First, the rows and columns are interchangeable for a skyscraper. So you could have a skyscraper where the base is a row, and then these go across 2 columns. Okay? And I'll show you that in my next example. The second thing I want to point out is the difference between an X-wing and a skyscraper. In a skyscraper, only one column is going to be lined up where the cells are in the same column. In an X-wing, both of them will be. So you'd have to have like this cell would have to be right here to line up with that cell for it to work for an X-wing. So whenever they're not lined up, but they're in the same 3-block band, you have found a skyscraper. So the eliminations we can make, since we know one of these cells has to be a 5, is you can eliminate any cell, a 5 from any cell that sees both of them. And so you're going to have 2 places to look. One will be here in block 9 and column 9. So you can eliminate all these 5s from all these 3 cells. 2 of them are already filled out. So you know you can eliminate a 5 from right there, right? Because it sees both of these. The other place you can look at is right here in block 3. Since these 2 cells are already filled out, you're just going to make the elimination right there. And now that's how you make those eliminations. So this type of skyscraper is called an asymmetric skyscraper, meaning you can only find the skyscraper one way, using the columns as the base and as the tips. My second example will show you how to find multiple skyscrapers at the same point in the puzzle, which is common, and learning this skill is going to help you solve the puzzle more easily. So what does this do if we eliminate the 5 from here and here? Well, you'll notice there's only one place for a 5 now in block 3. So that has to be your 5. And there's only one place for 5 here in block 9. So this has to be your 5 as well. And what you might see is that actually both of the pink cells are 5s. And this can happen. The reason it can happen is you'll see that you can eliminate a 5 from these 2 cells, and you can still solve for a 5 down there. So sometimes both of these can contain your digit. It's just that at least one of them has to. That's the point of the skyscraper. And so after marking all of these 5s, you should be able to finish the rest of the puzzle quite easily. So let's move on to that second example in the second type of skyscraper. Okay, this is another puzzle by Amberdot. It's called Counting, and it has multiple skyscrapers in it. And so just like the first puzzle, we got to this point where we use those top 7 strategies, and we're going to need an advanced strategy to move forward. So let's check out the ones. Okay, with these ones, where can the ones be here? Because we're on the hunt for a skyscraper. It can be in these cells. It can be in these cells. And that's all the places a 1 can be. So again, we're going to do the coloring. You want to highlight it in the blue. We're to the point where we need advanced strategies. Now, do you see a skyscraper? I'll give you a hint. There's going to be more than one here. First one you want to look at is conjugate pair here in column 3 and 5. So this is the more traditional skyscraper because this looks like 2 buildings standing up, right? So the base is right here, and these are going to be your tips. Okay, in column 3 and column 5. And so you know that a 1 either got to be here. If it's not there, it'd have to be here. 1 can't be there, and you'd have to put a 1 in the other pink cell. Okay, and so we know 1's going to be there. There, you can eliminate the 1s from any cell that sees both. And so you'd be able to eliminate. All right, let's remove that 1. You'd be able to eliminate a 1 from here or here, right? Because they see both the purple cells. But we're not done. There's more skyscrapers to look at. And this is the second time. This is a symmetric skyscraper in that you have multiple ways to see the skyscraper. So another way you could see a skyscraper is if you looked across like we did in the first example. You might see that this is the base of a skyscraper, and these are the tips. Okay, if you found this skyscraper, then you'd be able to eliminate 1s from these 2 cells. Okay, but we're not done. There's another skyscraper you can find. You could look right here and see this as your base and going this way. So you can head off to the left. And you'll see now that here's the base, here are the tips, and you can eliminate a 1 from any cell that sees both those pinks. So you can eliminate 1s from those 2 cells. So multiple ways to find skyscraper here. And I think we can actually find one more. The first one we started was here in columns 3 and 5. Well, how about 3 and 6? If you go upside down, you'll see another skyscraper, upside down skyscraper where the base is column 1, and these are your tips, and you can eliminate 1s from these 2 cells. So you see all those work for you to eliminate 1s. And so if we eliminate the ones from these cells, it doesn't matter which one of these you use, you're going to end up being able to make the solves that you need. You'll see the 1 is now limited to this cell in block 4 and this cell in block 5. So you can solve both of those for a 1, which would allow you to solve this cell for a 1 because it can't be there anymore. And just like that previous puzzle, both the pink cells end up being 1s, which is okay. And you can solve the last remaining 1 right there. And so we can eliminate all of those colors. Okay, so that was a symmetrical type skyscraper. And just so you know, Amberdot named this puzzle counting because you will first find a skyscraper with the 1s, but then you're supposed to count up. The next skyscraper you will find, and there's 2 more in this puzzle, is with the 2s. So keep solving, see if you can find the one with the 2s. And after that, you'll find a third skyscraper with the 3s. So see if you can spot those other 2 skyscrapers on your own. But for those of you who just want to enjoy the show, check out how I found them in this next video. Thank you so much for watching.